Kevin Stewart, hi Kevin, thanks for your question, mate. Says, hi Phil, do you believe there always has to be a major event, i.e. hitting rock bottom, by whatever means, before you can go into quit mode and begin your abstinence recovery? Or can it be nipped in the bud before it reaches this point? I'm not convinced it can be, but I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. I have spoken about this before, but yeah, thanks for your question. It's a really interesting one, actually. And my true belief, and as I always say, and I'll probably say multiple times in this video, I can only speak based on my own experience and what I think has worked for me. No, I don't think you have to hit rock bottom. And the one thing I would say, and this is going to be the first of many cliches I use, is be very aware that rock bottom has a basement. As they say, rock bottom is very hard to define, because it's funny, when you think things can't get any worse, they so often have the ability to do just that. So don't wait to bottom out. Don't wait to find like a real trigger, because when it becomes that real serious thing that's happened, sometimes they're the things that abstinence and recovery won't help you get back. Okay, so if you've just had a substantial loss, substantial financial loss, then that can be a good motivation to start a recovery. However, that motivation will be short-lived. So if you want to use that as a kicking off point, you really have to get stuck in straight away into recovery mode. You have to go out there and get your blocks in place. And I won't go into too much detail about blocks, as I'll find myself repeating over and over again. But if you don't get into recovery at that point, you will find a way to go out and gamble again, digging yourself further and further into this hole. And if you think, well, I'm going to wait until I hit rock bottom, then you have to define where you believe rock bottom is. Is it where you spent all your wages? Well, you'll get paid again. Is it where, you've lost your house and your wife and your kids and everything? Do you want to get to that point? If you can see yourself travelling down that road, and gambling will ultimately take everything from you, believe you me, then do you want to have to get to that point where some things will be irrecoverable? The loss of relationships is probably one of the biggest losses you can have from this addiction. Do you want to wait for that to happen before you take action on this and actually proactively do something to prevent that rock bottom from happening? Do you want to end up homeless on your own? You know what I mean? There's always, whatever position you find yourself in, there's always a way in which things can get worse until obviously the ultimate. So no, I don't think there needs to be a trigger to quit necessarily. If you're watching this video, if you believe you have a problem and you actually actively want to do something about that, then use that as motivation enough to quit, on the belief that things will get better if you do, and things will almost certainly get worse if you don't. That's it. But thanks for your question, Stuart. I hope that answered it anyway, mate.